Welcome to 2K Sports in the NBA. I'm your host, Damon Bruce. It's Tuesday Hoops, and it's next. It's going to be Paul Pierce and the Boston Celtics up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. And now let's send it out to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. I'll see you at halftime, everybody.
And the players getting together for a little chat as we're just about ready to get going here. We're in the place they call the Air Canada Centre in Toronto. Toronto, Ontario, the home of the Raptors, where we're broadcasting live. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Rajon Rondo and Avery Bradley out there in the backcourt. Baz and KG, the big ticket, patrol the inside. And it's Pierce in at the 3 slot. And for Toronto, Bargnani and Valanciunas, the combo out front. Their backcourt is Lowry and DeRozan. And it's Gay in at the 3 spot.
You know, the area where the Celtics started to struggle last year was winning games on the road. That's something they had done pretty well in previous seasons, but they were very inconsistent away from Boston last year.
And so off the tip, it's Toronto. Outside Lowry. There's the dish to Bargnani. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Bargnani's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Raptors. And for the Celtics, a lot of those close ones they were used to being able to pull out on the road seemed to go, Clark, I think, the other way last season.
They sure did, and all those losses added up as they ended with a road record of 15 and 18, Kevin. Those 15 wins, the lowest of any playoff team in the East except for the Knicks.
Now, he thought he could knock that one down, but the defense was really all over him.
Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to catch up with Coach Doc Rivers.
I asked him about the matchup problems created by a player like Andrea Bargnani, a 7-foot sharpshooter. He said he can give us problems, no doubt. It's tough to really bother that shot, and he can also put it on the deck and drive. We've got to just get into his body, try to make him a facilitator rather than a scorer. Kevin, we'll see if they're successful.
Thanks, Doris. Raptors on defense. Outside Rondo. Back to Garnett. Over Valanciunas. And Garnett with the basket on the assist by Rondo. Garnett's got his first points of the game. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game.
Well, Rajon Rondo is a top-flight point guard. Really excels at every facet of the game except one, his outside shot. That's the only thing that's given him trouble. But he continues to work at it every year. And he's gotten to the point where you at least have to guard him out there.
Here's Rondo, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Rondo dishes to Pierce. Knocked loose. He dishes it to Garnett. And again, it's Boston converted. And for Rondo, it's been said before, if he ever got that outside shot, he would be unstoppable.
He really would be, Kevin, because it would make it much tougher to defend him because you'd have to get up on his perimeter shot, and then he's so crafty and good driving that you'd have to pick your poison. Nonetheless, he has improved, and I still think he has a lot of room to continue to embellish and fine-tune that jumper of his.
Tries to save it. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Gay passes to Bargnani. Good on the shot. Bargnani's got his second basket of the game. The Celtics with the lead. Outside Rondo. Now the feed to Pierce. Clock at 6. He feeds it to Bass. Shot's good. 1:58 left to play here in the first.
Well, it was a struggle last year for the Raptors against the rest of the Eastern Conference. And that's something that they have to improve upon. I mean, if you're going to be a factor in your own conference, you've got to start beating the teams that you play on a more regular basis.
Outside Rondo, passes it to Pierce. Outside for Rondo. Pierce, DeRozan defending. Good luck. And another basket for Boston. And 15 and 33 for the Raptors against the East last year. Third worst in conference record in the East, Clark. And that is not a good mark.
No, it isn't. And they had to deal with some injuries, but they also have to be able to put up more wins than they did, or I think they'll continue to be fighting for a spot in the bottom of the standings in the East. Protect your home court. That's the first step in becoming a playoff team.
Here is Telfair after Paul Pierce's score. Over Rondo. Telfair can't hit. Celtics leading by 3. Outside Rondo. Kicks it to Pierce. They double up Pierce. Back to Rondo. Sullinger with a screen for Rondo. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Sullinger, no good. The Raptors have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Here's DeRozan. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. DeRozan's got his second bucket tonight. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Rondo kicks to Pierce. Green, the screen. Pierce, good. Pierce has got 8.
And the defense really has to pick it up here, guys. They allowed themselves to get picked too easy.
Pass to Anderson. DeRozan, a screen on Pierce. On the wing, DeRozan. The 17-footer. Connects, the jumper drops. He's got 6. From deep three-point range. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Celtics lead by 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they've built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lanes.
Celtics on offense. Lowry and Fields are at the 1 and 2. Amir Johnson is out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Now here's Terry. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Here's Garnett. Nails the close-range fadeaway jumper. Garnett's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Celtics.
You know, the Raptors were really terrible defensively in 2011, and even though they didn't quite make the overall strides they wanted to last year, they were able to get closer to where they need to be.
Valanciunas with the ball. Guarded by Garnett. 6 on the shot clock. Over Green. Gay can't hit.
And a nice job there defensively, just getting a hand up enough to bother the shot.
Yeah, that was very nice. Impressive. It made it a much more difficult shot.
Now here's Terry. Lets it go with a 3. And that's collected by Gay. And to turn a team around like the Raptors defensively, you know, Steve, it's going to take some time.
Well, it always takes time when you take over a new team like Dwayne Casey did a year ago, and you don't have defensive-minded players. You can scheme all you... Oh, my goodness! What a huge play! Well, he's an effort guy, Kevin, and so often his points come from second or third chance opportunities by hitting the glass and really staying relentless in his pursuit of the basketball.
And his shot blocking can't be overlooked. I mean, he's known to send shots singing backwards. I mean, he brings that intimidation factor at the defensive end for sure.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Bargnani has checked in for Johnson. Anderson comes in for Rudy Gay. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Landry Fields. And it's Telfair in for Kyle Lowry. And then for Boston, Brandon Bass is checked in for Garnett. Pierce comes in for Sullinger. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jason Terry.
That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
Rajon Rondo is one of the fastest players in the league, great at forcing turnovers, and I think he's a player who can be at his best in an up-tempo system. The Celtics don't have a lot of horses to run with him, so sometimes he's a one-man fast break, and then he's got shooters around him who trail for three-point looks.
Amir Johnson's checked in for Valanciunas. Here is Telfair. DeRozan a screen on Rondo. Shot clock at 6. And Bargnani backs in. Shoots from the high post. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Bargnani. Steve, you're talking about the fit of Rondo in Boston with the Celtics. As great as he is and as much as he's meant to them in the playoffs, there have been trade rumors, Clark, surrounding Rajon Rondo.
Well, clearly there's tremendous value around the league for a point guard of his caliber, Kevin. For a young up-tempo team, he could be even more dominant, but I don't see the Celtics letting Rondo go anytime soon.
Tries again, and the rebound goes to Rajon Rondo.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Bradley dishes to Pierce. And Strong with the one-handed jam.
Pretty significant laps there on the defensive end, guys.
Yeah, those are the ones, you just can't allow that.
No, if you're giving up dunks and layups, defensively, you're in huge trouble.
Some changes for Toronto. Ross is checked in for Anderson, and it's Lowry in for Sebastian Telfair. Sellinger's checked in for the Celtics. Terry comes in for Avery Bradley.
DeMar DeRozan out of Los Angeles went to USC, a very gifted athlete, strong, explosive. I think he's a player with tremendous upside.
Going back to DeRozan's upside, Steve, what do you think he needs to work on to take that next step?
It's all about the outside shot for DeRozan. Kevin, the consistency of his perimeter game will tell how far he goes and how much he develops. He's an unbelievable athlete. He's a big, strong kid. Just has to be more consistent with that outside game.
Lowry kicks to Gay. Gay right side. On the wing, DeRozan. Back to Gay. Open look, and that one's good.
He can cause a defense just so many problems. There aren't many ways to slow him down.
Rondo with it. Back to Garnett. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that miss.
Gay passes to Lowry. Back to Gay. He's covered by Rondo. Rudy Gay again. Gay's got 6 points.
Points in the paint have been the main course, or main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
Now they're seeing no resistance defensively in the paint area, so the defense has got to be tougher.
Outside Rondo. Jeff Green on the wing. Garnett. Again, Garnett missing.
And no defender was around him to influence that shot. It didn't hurt them there, but, they can't make that mistake twice.
A shot by Lowry, no good. Here's Rondo. Can't get it to go. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. And get ready now for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. The second half will be coming up right after that on 2K Sports.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Thanks for joining us this evening. We're all ready for the halftime report. The Raptors are giving it everything they've got. And nice teamwork offensively, moving the ball around. What a great way to play. DeMar DeRozan really playing effortlessly. After 2, he's got 10 points, and the looks have been coming for him. A great shooting percentage from the floor and the line. Looking at Boston, they're definitely making plays as well. They've dialed up the tempo, ripping and running. It's been a fun one to watch. A good start for Paul Pierce. We've come to expect performances like this one from him. And now we send you back to Air Canada Centre for the start of the second half.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
Yeah, give him credit. He's been very selective with his shots, and it's paying off for him and his team.
You know, he's taken exactly what the defense has given him, and he's not forced anything. And that's exactly how you should play the game, in my opinion.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Celtics, Bradley and Pierce fill out the wings. Brandon Bass and Kevin Garnett, the duo inside. And it's Rondo in at the point.
Well, what I love about Rondo, Kevin, is the instincts defensively. He has great vision. He anticipates well. And he's always looking to disrupt the opposing team's offense.
Well, the thing that makes him great in my mind is that Rondo is able to really go where he wants to with the basketball. His handle is so tight, going both directions, using both hands. For his size and length, he's extremely quick with the ball.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Guys, the Celtics have been one of the top teams in the East, but there is a line of thinking saying they're too old to still contend for a title. Be careful writing them off, though. Last season, they became the first team in 28 years to make the conference finals after sitting with a record under 500 at the All-Star break. Kevin, this team knows how to bounce back.
Such a terrific turnaround. Thanks, Doris. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Outside Lowry. He passes to DeRozan. Dishes to Bargnani. Raptors moving the ball around. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. Here's Gay. 6 points for him. Outside Lowry. It's stolen by Rondo. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Rondo's running. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Rondo off the pick from Bass. Rondo dishes to Bradley. Shot clock at 5. And Pierce backs in. Gets it to go from 8 feet. And it's a 4-point Celtic lead.
You know, this Celtics team that has had so much success in the past half-decade, Kevin, has really been marked by their ability to get good shots at the basket and convert. This is a team that really emphasizes sharing the ball, and last year was no different for them.
The Raptors making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And a change for the Celtics. Sullinger's checked in for Kevin Garnett. Rondo passes to Pierce. Rondo kicks to Pierce. Back to Rondo. Right side, Rondo. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. A new group in now for the Raptors. Bargnani is checked in for Valanciunas. Anderson comes in for Rudy Gay. Landry Fields checking in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Telfair in for Colorado. And then for Boston, Jeff Green is checked in for Bass. And it's Terry in for Avery Bradley. Some changes for Toronto. Gay comes in for Anderson. And it's Lowry in for Sebastian Telfair. Rondo dishes to Sullinger. And he throws it down with one hand.
That was a hole punch jam there, Kevin.
A nice finish.
Yeah, you got to love the way he just capped off that strong move.
And the Celtics, as you mentioned, Clark, really like to be selective with their shots. It pays off as they have a very high shooting percentage. And Steve, I always like the fact that they get to the position on the floor they feel most comfortable with, and the ball always delivered in the right place.
Yeah, they execute so well, Kevin. I think the pieces really fit together well in this roster. It's one of the reasons they've been in the top 5 in field goal percentage last season and the last several seasons. Along with a tough D, that offensive execution has kind of been the hallmark for these Celtics teams the last few years.
Raptors trail by 4. It's Gay with the drive. And an emphatic dunk.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy, and Bonnie just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yeah, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Raptors. DeRozan comes in for Landry Fields. The Celtics also changing it up. Kevin Garnett is checked in for Sullinger. Bass comes in for Paul Pierce. And it's Avery Bradley in for Rajon Rondo.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for him. At some point, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
High post shot. They get it back. Johnson kicks to Gay. Shoots over Bradley. That's good from Gay on the assist by Johnson. And that's 12 points for Gay. There's 45 seconds left to play in the third. Now Terry, looking for his first bucket of the game. Gay against Green, and stolen by Kyle Lowry. Here's DeRozan, and DeRozan throws it down hard.
That's taking it strong right there.
Yeah, finishing in style.
You can feel a sense of anticipation when he heads for the hoop because that's what he can do.
And that replay sponsored by Sprite, giving us a great look at that one. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Garnett with the screen for Terry. There's the three. Gets the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 3.
That's what a good solid screen will do for you. It gets you a good look at the hoop.
From half court. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here.
32.
Celtics out in front, up 3.
35.
And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Raptors trail by 3. So with Gay on the bench, here's the group that Dwayne Casey has on the floor. They've got Anderson. Bargnani is out there with Amir Johnson. Then there's Telfair, and it's DeRozan in at the 2-guard. Celtics shooting extremely well, 62% on the night to this point. Rondo passes to Terry. He kicks to Garnett. Bargnani on him. Fades, and Garnett misses.
You'd expect him to nail that one being that close to the hoop.
Bargnani is screen on Rondo. And it's Lowry penetrating. Left side Lowry. It's stolen by Rondo. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Terry, DeRozan defending. Shot by Terry, no good.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Lowry dishes to Bargnani. Here's DeRozan. Connects on the foul line jumper. DeRozan's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Raptors. Rondo kicks to Terry. Back to Rondo. Rondo off the pick from Garnett. Rondo passes to Garnett. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. They better get a move on. It's stolen by Rondo. Gets it to go.
That's a gut punch right there, Clark. Cough up the ball at one end and get beaten on the break at the other.
Yeah, that really hurts. That's painful.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
During that break, Dwayne Casey had some words for his team. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Thanks again, Doris. And the pass to Garnett. Backing down. A jump hook. No good. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps, and they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
And the shootout continues.
Trading buckets both ways. I mean, offense definitely the focal point for these teams.
Rondo dishes to Pierce. Nash with a screen for Pierce. Lets the three fly, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
And what I love about him, Kevin, is the supreme confidence he has at the offensive end of the floor. He just seems to want the big shot with the game on the line.
And also, Steve, he's got such an accurate shot that he doesn't even need to be open to knock him down. He can knock down shots against hard, tough defense. All he needs is time to get it off.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, he looks like he wants to toy around with some of their sets and matchups here.
You know, I don't think you can afford to go through a whole game doing the same thing over and over, and you have to be able to adjust on the fly, just like he's doing here.
Rondo with it. Lowry picks him up. Outside Rondo. 5 on the clock. In low to Garnett. Foul call that time in the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, you just knew he wasn't going to miss there. Not with so much riding on him.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. DeRozan against Pierce. Lowry from outside. No good. Now Boston takes it the other way. Bradley kicks to Rondo. Feeds it to Pierce. Again, the miss by the Cetics.
He had a defender draped all over. Not really the best shot there.
Well, not the shot you hope for when it's well contested like that.
DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. DeRozan's got 4 points this quarter. And you could feel the crowd react as one.
Yeah, that guy got them out of their seats and off their hands.
Guys, they just exploded when it went down.
Garnett with a screen on game. And Pierce, here we go. 6 to shoot. There's the dish to Garnett. Backs in. Rebounded by Valanciunas. This could be a turning point.
Kevin, critical possession here.
Lowry passes to Gay. There's the pick. To take the lead. He dishes it to DeRozan. The feed to Lowry. He feeds it to Bargnani. Back to Lowry. Left side Lowry. Over Rondo. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome, but maybe not so much with the margin.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Steve, and Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Pierce.